I can feel like parts of his body. I'm just gonna let my body do it. It's gonna do, and if it's gonna drip, I'm gonna collect. You are something special, I'm sure. I'm in my 3rd trimester. Oh, stinking crazy. I'm doing a 2nd trimester update video. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go through everything. First, let me show you guys a bump. My dog. Bump date. Okay, babies, you gonna lay down? I love you so much. You're my sweet, precious first baby of life. You don't have to wake up yet. Front view. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. There is my bump. The super exciting thing that happened this week, that made me so excited to film this video is I am lactating already. Like I'm leaking, and that did not happen with Weston, especially this early. This literally happened just a few days ago. It's been 3 days now of this happening, and I'm going to talk more at the end about that because I'm going to go kind of in like chronological order. The 2nd trimester is from week 13 to 26, so that was December 11th to March 19th for me. At 14 weeks is when I felt our baby move. Oh my god, I wish you could see this boy. I love him so much. 14 weeks is pretty soon, especially because I have an anterior placenta. So that's where it's like, it's not skin baby, it's skin placenta as a barrier and then baby behind. So baby's movements have to be strong enough to get through that placenta, and that early they're just not making huge movements. So I would feel movement around where the placenta was not, and it wasn't like too strong. But because I've been pregnant before and felt it before, I knew it wasn't gas bubbles, and they were like those flickers where like if you've been pregnant you just know, and then if it's your first pregnancy you may not know. So that was like really exciting for me. And then so I felt this time at 14 weeks, and with Weston it was like 18 weeks. So, and I had anterior placenta with him as well. We found out that we were having a baby boy, and oh my gosh, so excited. We found out on Christmas Eve morning. I think I was like 14 weeks and 6 days, like I was just about to turn 15 weeks, like the next day or something. You guys should know me by now. Literally, a boy is my dream. I've only ever wanted boys. We're having 2 boys, so I couldn't be any more excited. Grant did put on girl, but I was feeling girl energy or girl vibes or something. I don't even freaking know. I always say it's so 50-50, and I didn't think one way or the other. That's just how I am. I just think, you know, it's either gonna be a boy or a girl. But I started thinking like possibly a girl because that's what so many people were saying. I did get some questions about the name. I've already addressed this, but we do have his name. I'm literally actually looking at something that says his name right now. But we're not announcing it this time until baby is here and born, because people have such opinions, and with Weston people had such opinions, and I just honestly just don't want to hear it, especially when I'm pregnant. I think people think it's like up for debate when you're pregnant, and it's like, no, this is our child's name. So yes, we found out it was a boy at 15 weeks. We just did not announce until like 21 weeks or 22 weeks. We didn't announce, we kept it. I just remember this and I want to add it in. Around the 15-16 week mark, it was when my best friend got married, which was New Year's Eve. I literally just am blanking. What was I about to talk about? Are you kidding me right now? Oh, what? Oh, okay, pressure down there. I never experienced that with Weston, like really like a lot of, not a lot, but kind of a lot of pressure, especially her wedding night. I think it's just because I was up dancing, moving, doing things like on the go. But it did worry me a little bit because I didn't have pressure with Weston's pregnancy literally at all. A lot of people have it in the 3rd trimester. I didn't even have it when I was in labor. I didn't have it literally until I was pushing and postpartum. So to feel pressure during pregnancy when it's just something I didn't experience,
it worried me, but I talked to my OB about it, and it's very normal for any pregnant mom, especially because I'm having short interval pregnancies and I haven't healed 100% from postpartum yet. And yeah, so I felt pressure, and it was just so weird because it was the exact pressure as if after having my baby. I also got round ligament pains around that time, the 15-16 week mark. I would randomly get shooting pains, and I remember specifically at her wedding, I was walking down the stairs carrying some things, and it was dark, and I felt 2 sharp round ligament pains, and it was the first time I had ever felt them. I thought I might have with Wes's pregnancy, but I didn't. This was the first time. It scared the crap out of me, and I wanted to just start crying, like, I hope my baby's okay, I hope my baby's okay. But then it happened a few more times after that, and I talked to my friend that's pregnant right now as well, and it was just round ligament pain, and my baby is so healthy. If you felt that, I guess it's normal, and it's okay to be scared. It's okay to ask your doctor questions. Don't ever feel stupid for asking your doctor questions, forever calling. I haven't called yet this pregnancy, but I'm sure that I very much will. And in the 3rd trimester with Wesson, I was calling often because it's all so new. In the middle of January, it was actually January 16th, Grant felt baby for the first time. So I was laying there and his hand was just perfectly there, and Grant like looked at me, it was late at night, and he felt our baby boy move for the first time. Those moments are just pure like magic and just so special and exciting, like to see Grant, because like the dads don't experience too much during pregnancy at all. We had the anatomy scan and everything was great, healthy, the 4-chamber heart, everything was great. Oh my gosh, you're being so sweet. It is a major appointment that moms get anxiety over before, so I'm just extremely thankful and blessed and just really appreciative that our baby was healthy there. I got extremely tired. This boy is super tired down here. Oh my gosh, he's huge. With Wes's pregnancy, the whole 1st trimester, I was like exhausted, where I can't even explain how exhausting it was. So I just assumed like all my pregnancies would be that way, but this time I wasn't that overly exhausted tired, like that fatigue. I got tired like a little bit, but it was just a little bit this time. Like with Wesson, it was literally so unexplainable how tired I was. And so that never happened with this pregnancy. I've just been like more exhausted, tired, wanting to go to bed earlier, and my body twice now has just went into nap, and like I didn't even mean to. It just, when Weston was napping, my body like literally, I didn't even know it, and it just like laid down and it like napped. And then so weird. It's just pregnancy naps, and then you wake up feeling so revived, like your body literally like needs it, and it knows it needs it, and like when you wake up it feels like such a different nap. It's crazy. He started moving more frequently in the morning, at night. It just became more consistent. That's just 2 weeks ago, so it's been very like recent. Very beginning of 26 weeks, I've felt like really big movements. I've been able to capture some on camera, but with Weston's pregnancy, I never really caught him moving on camera because I was just so amazed at what my body was doing, and I just wanted to look and see it for my eyes, so I just never got the camera out. And this time I want to try to capture some, at least, like bigger movements where it's like you can feel like going from across, like boom, boom, and Grant's even seen it. They're getting less like muscle spasms, and they're feeling more like movement, and sometimes I can feel like parts of his body. I don't know what, obviously, but it's super cool to me. Grant has even felt certain parts of his body. And then also this week, I have just really just become like in love with my body this week, and my pregnant body specifically, my belly and just everything, which makes me so happy because this is going to be our last pregnancy unless, God willing, something crazy happens. But we're considering this our last pregnancy, and then we obviously will see, but this is our last pregnancy. And again, I don't care about your opinions on that. I've already talked about this before, but with that knowledge at play, it makes me even more excited that I'm really loving my body. With Weston's pregnancy, I loved my body, but it's like different this week, like something I haven't even experienced before. I think it's because like I loved seeing myself pregnant with Weston. Like I loved seeing my big belly. I took so many pictures, and I loved it. And then that belly goes away and you don't have that forever. And so knowing that it's gonna go away and I'm gonna miss it and I'm not gonna have it ever again, I just really want to soak in seeing my belly in every single second. So I had self-tanned myself and I looked super dark. I put on like a really dark color, and just tans make you look so good anyways. And I don't know if I got out of a shower or what, but I was looking at myself in the mirror and I just felt so beautiful, and like I was just like staring at my body, and I love that. Like that's amazing for any woman. And it didn't go away, and like I told Grant, I'm like, I look so beautiful, like this is just so amazing and crazy. And just I really just let that soak through my body and like just soak in that positive energy and just loving my body so freaking much. It didn't go away. Then the following days I've just been like loving my body and just really like looking in the mirror and like really soaking in the visual that I am seeing, because that will go away and my boobs are going to be completely changed forever, and everything is, it's going to be different because I'm never going to see my belly again like this. My body will go back to normal as in the state it was pre-pregnancy, but I will never get a pregnant belly again. I think it's so beautiful. Lactating, this happened 3 days ago. Today I'm on the 4th day of it happening. And with Wesson, that never happened. I started lactating a little bit at like 38 weeks pregnant, but it was when I would actively be using an electric pump on my boobs to try to induce labor, or my OB doctor said that that's okay, so consult with your doctor before you do it. But never just free leakage. And a friend of mine is a first-time mom that is pregnant, and around this week mark, she started lactating too, and she texted me about it, and I was literally mind blown. I didn't know that was a thing. I am really in depth with pregnant women and just through YouTube, and I literally never, in like podcasts and everything, I never knew that was a thing. And I was like, what the heck, that is mind blowing, that is so cool, that is so amazing. And we were just like talking about that, and I assumed that wasn't going to be the case for me, but I was doing dishes and I felt something on my left boobie, and I looked down and I was like, it's probably just like soap water, because like, you know. And then I looked and nothing was there, and then I hand expressed, just I don't do that like normally, but I hand expressed just because I was curious, and just a little bit came to the surface. So cool. And then I was like, that is freaking crazy. I was just literally smiling ear to ear. I like stopped doing dishes and I went to text Grant and let him know that I was just so happy. I just felt genuinely so happy again. Like a few days before that, I was feeling just so happy and in love with my body, and then to have that happen, that's never happened to me yet. Oh, it just gets me so excited for breastfeeding and everything that's to come, and that our bodies literally are beautiful and know exactly what they're doing. It's just crazy to me. So I was texting Grant and then I felt something, and like right here I had like a driplet of like colostrum or whatever it would be from me. And then that same day I thought it was just my left side, but then my right side did it, and then Grant saw it, and then I had a sweatshirt on the next day, because it did come through the shirt, but I had a sweatshirt on the next day and it was the right side that had produced some. So yesterday night around like 5 p.m. I put on, shoot, I meant to bring them in here, those little like hard shell like collector things. I put that in yesterday at 5 o'clock and I was able to collect some. I am going to talk to my OB at my next appointment just to make sure that that's okay. I believe it is, but I do just want to verify. But I will not be putting the Haka, I will not be using an electric pump, I will not be doing anything. I won't hand express, I'm not going to try to get milk out. I'm just going to let my body do it. It's going to zoom, and if it's going to drip, I'm going to collect. So I won't use the Haka though, because people think the Haka just catches drippage, but it is a suction thing that you're suctioning on, and it does pull out more milk as well. So I'm not going to be using that while I am this early in pregnancy. Inserting another clip here. 26 weeks, I have been doing more affirmations and pregnancy meditations and just preparing myself for labor, my mind for labor. I did this with Wesson, but not as much. I mainly did this with Wesson like 36 weeks on is when I started with Wesson. And this pregnancy, I've started doing the affirmations and the meditations in my second trimester, but I would just randomly do them. Like as I'm driving, I'll be listening to them or just do breathing. But now, this week I've been doing multiple a day, and I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago I texted Grant because I was doing one after I woke up in the morning, and I almost said baby's name. He was moving like crazy, like back, forth, like he was like being shooken up in my belly, like super crazy. And it was just so hard to just like go with my body because I'm just like amazed at like what he's doing. But I am just really soaking in. It's like preparing for a marathon, or like training for a marathon, or training for something, but you're just preparing your mind for birth. It's never too early to start. It's never too late to start. Birth is beautiful. You can have an empowered birth, and you can really come in tune with your body. It just all starts in the mind, is what I think. And again, it doesn't mean I'm gonna have the same birth experience. I could have a traumatic birth experience this time, and I will share that story. I could have a C-section, and that is so beautiful. And if I have a C-section, I'm prepared and I'm not scared for it, and it's gonna be amazing. So whatever my story is, I will open it with welcome arms. I'm just getting my mind right now, and I'm so excited for birth. Okay, that was just a little insert, so back to whatever I was talking about. There's a good infant survival rate, so for any mom to hear that, obviously I'm pretty positive I'm gonna go full term. Like I'm expecting to go over my 40 weeks actually, my due date. My clothes are still fitting me. I got asked that. My clothes still are fitting me. Jeans are like bursting at the seams, but I can still zip into regular jeans, but they're bursting at the seams. I took a picture a few days ago, I think last week actually, and it was bursting at the seams. I got stretch marks at 34 weeks with Weston. I haven't noticed anything new this time. I don't lotion, I don't oil. I never did with Weston, and I don't this time. I just think that it's genetic, and like I've talked about this, but I just don't really care about stretch marks. My mom got them, so I assumed I was gonna get them. I did with Weston, not too bad at all. None on my belly. I got them on the outer thigh, just very lightly. The inner thigh was where I had the most, and then under my boobs, but that came after breastfeeding. But I didn't get many, and after being out in the sun and stuff, they have just like faded and they're white, and I just don't care. And like I didn't, before pregnancy with Weston, I just didn't care about stretch marks. I just think they're genetic. I don't think many lotions and stuff works, but maybe they do. And if they do, I'm just gonna, like, I don't know. I just don't really care. I did hear freaking, and I'm sure this is like so common sense that like literally anyone knows, but water can help with like the elasticity of your skin and just help. So with Weston, I like never drank water being pregnant. I talked to my OB doctor about it, and it's just something I didn't really do. This time I'm trying to drink water. Rib pain is back. I started getting some rib pain probably 4 weeks ago, but it wasn't too bad. But I was like, it's gonna come, I know it's coming. Always my left rib, and it literally felt like a bruise, and if I'd touch it, it was just so interesting to me. That exact thing is back. And so that means it's gonna last probably all of this third trimester. I think it's probably just because I'm a small framed person and baby doesn't have much place to go. But at my 20-week anatomy scan, she had mentioned that he's really stretched out in his leg. His like foot was up in my ribs, and I couldn't feel it yet. I wasn't getting pains, but I was like, oh great. I just touched Barrett. I was like, oh great, Grant, this is probably gonna be a Weston 2.0. Last night I literally had such back pain, and I didn't even like overdo much. I did some things that were more strenuous on my body, but not like too much. But I was like laying in bed at night, and then I got up to go to the bathroom. And even just the way I was trying to explain it to Grant. So the pressure of getting on my feet, then I feel like puts pressure on the joint to put pressure on my lower back. I don't know, but I felt like sharp shooting pain last night, and I hadn't experienced that before, but I am getting more lower back pain. And sometimes I don't like doing it often, but I do put icy hot in my lower back. I did it with Weston's pregnancy, and I called and asked my OB if I was allowed, and they did allow me. So check with your OB. Don't do it if you don't feel comfortable. Random quick add-in. Someone asked about my sex drive, and I will talk about that. My libido has been higher this second trimester than ever before. With Weston, that was not the case. I actually meant to talk about this and I forgot. Yeah, I've just been like really like obsessed with Grant. Like I just love looking at him more. I don't know it's just the hormone changes, man. Like, things changing yet, and I just really, like, not even just sexually, but just I enjoy looking at him, like staring at him. Like, his hands are attractive to me, his face is attractive to me, anything he does, anything he wears, certain clothes he's wore, and I'm just like, and I'm normally just like, eh, whatever, it's the boy. But yeah, it has been higher this time, which literally, again, that never happened with Wesson, so it's so freaking weird. But that's happy news. That's fun. That's good. Yay. My sleep is still great. I'm not having, I don't know if Google or YouTube would censor me for that. Pressure, like, down there, I'm not experiencing at all. Just in the beginning of the second trimester, I was feeling around ligament pain and pressure down there. Now I haven't for a really long time, so that's awesome. My boobs have gotten bigger. Like, right now I'm not wearing anything to, like, cover them up. I'm just letting them go, you know, and typically I'm, like, covering them up. But they've gotten, I don't know, maybe I think they've just gotten fuller, but not a lot, you guys. I talk to so many moms that their boobs get huge, double their cup size in the first trimester. With Wesson, that was never the case for me. I didn't start seeing a difference in my boobs, and it wasn't even cup size that expanded. They just got a little closer together, a little fuller, and that was in the third trimester. And then when my milk came in postpartum and I was breastfeeding, they looked like fake. They were beautiful. Oh my gosh, the prime I've ever seen them. A lot of women experience that in the beginning. I just don't. With Weston, I didn't. With this pregnancy, I didn't. Now, like, I notice a little bit of more fullness, but nothing crazy, nothing that I'm like, wow, or Grant's like, wow. They do look pretty similar, but I'm assuming this third trimester they'll more fill out, especially that I'm, like, lactating now and my boobs really are preparing for a baby. It's crazy what our bodies know to do. So freaking cool to me. Stretch marks aren't an insecurity of mine. The way I don't fear, like, oh, my body's gonna be changed forever after pregnancy. Like, no, your skin can go back, you can work out, things can go back to normal. Maybe your hips separate a little bit, but oh well. And I've just never placed a big importance on my body. I just love my body as is. I'm able to get up in the morning, I'm able to walk, I'm able to breathe. It is what it is. So I've never really, like, worried much. Around 2 to 3 months postpartum, I got a little bit in my head about my body, but that was it. I realized it wasn't healthy, it wasn't right, but your mind does things. So anyways, the one thing I knew would be a little bit of an insecurity of mine, possibly, or something that might just kind of get to me, is my boobs changing, because I am so young. When I was pregnant with Wesson, I was 21, and your boobs are, like, literally at their prime at 21 years old and, like, gorgeous. And so I knew that breastfeeding was gonna not destroy my boobs, because that's not the word, but I knew it would change them. And so I would always remind Grant, like, you really need to, like, soak these in, baby, because they're not, like, they're gonna change. And they did change. My boobs, I've talked about this as well, my boobs after the postpartum time frame, they became a little uneven because Weston preferred one boob out of the other, and one is, like, a little bit more flatter than the other. I only breastfed, see, that's me using society on me. I breastfed for 3 months. I did breastfeed and I am proud of that, but I breastfed for 3 months and it did change my boobs. And I didn't hate it, I'll be honest, but I also didn't love looking at the way my boobs look. But I am hoping to breastfeed longer than 3 months this next time. If I breastfeed extended period of time, my boobs will change. It's just, it is what it is. But obviously I care about breastfeeding way beyond what my boobs look like. So especially now, I'm like, soak them in, mama, like, enjoy while you have them. That is my update for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this little update. I'm gonna be doing a third trimester update. I will link the first trimester down below. And we are moving Weston's room and playroom, my office, around, and we're getting the nursery ready for 2 boys. I'm gonna do things I'm doing different and similar video coming up soon. I have my glucose test to see if I have gestational diabetes this time. So yeah, a lot of updates coming, and I have been kind of MIA and really slacky on YouTube this pregnancy, and honestly just this whole year of Weston being here, because being a mom is just more important to me. And but I do want to capture this for you guys, so I really want to try to post twice a week and just be active for you guys. But subscribe, it would mean the world to me, and thank you guys so much for watching.